With all the prevent plant acres we saw this year, there's going to be some fallow ground out there. So one thing to keep in mind and maybe to make plans for is something called fallow ground syndrome, sometimes referred to as fallow corn syndrome. And what it is there's fungi in the soil called mycorrhizal fungi, and it has a symbiotic relationship with plant roots. And so what symbiotic means is both parties benefit. The corn gets phosphorus and zinc from the mycorrhiza that frees it up from the soil, and in turn the mycorrhiza gets sugars from the plant, which helps them survive and thrive. They can effectively extend the corn plant root mass by many feet and bring a lot of nutrients to the corn plant, or to plants in general that have these relationships that they wouldn't normally get. So what happens in a fallow ground syndrome situation, you can't get in there and plant a crop. There may not be weeds or the right weeds that form those relationships with the mycorrhiza, and then the next year you get something called fallow ground syndrome, which typically looks like phosphorus deficiency, and you'll have stunting, maybe purpling of plants. Generally it's worse in corn because soybean tap roots can get in there, get down better and get the nutrients they need. So usually it's called fallow corn syndrome, fallow ground syndrome, same thing. So what can you do about it? Well, you don't necessarily need to put a ton of phosphorus out there, but you can use phosphorus and zinc starter fertilizer. If you're going to do that, research has shown to do at least 60 to 80 pounds in order to help alleviate the issue. Banded preferably, but that would be the best way to get it close to the roots to where they can take it up. Number two thing you can do is to plant some type of cover crop. Brassicas typically don't form that symbiotic relationship, and so avoid those, but grasses, legumes can help reestablish that mycorrhizal fungi. And then the third thing to think about would be to plant a crop that's not as affected by the fallow ground syndrome. So like soybeans basically would be a good option that you're not going to see that issue as much with. So just wanted to make a quick video, tell you about that. Those prevent plant acres are out there, and something to keep at the top of mind.